So, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who boycotted their training session yesterday as a result of their unresolved differences with the NFF, they actually resumed training this evening, and according to a statement I saw from the team captain, William Trust-Ekong, he said that all issues with the NFF has been resolved and they are now in a good place with the NFF. That's why they are able to come out to resume training ahead of the game versus Gabon on Thursday. So this is actually a good thing. Even though the NFF, we are supposed to sort out these issues even before these players return to camp, you understand, but then they did not, and they expected these players to leave their various clubs to return back for this international break, only to start playing a very important game on Thursday without knowing where they stand or what they stand to gain or what their earnings will be after this game, which is very bad. I think the players are in their right for deciding to boycott that game, that training session yesterday. That was actually a good decision from them, and I don't think nobody is going to fault them. What they asked for is what they truly deserved, and it's only right that they did. I believe that they knew the people they were dealing with, and they know that these people are not going to give them that money easily if they just say, okay, let us play this game first and then we can ask for our money later. These guys has been owed money for like a very long time. Sometimes they even forfeit these monies. Sometimes they do things for the national team, they spend their personal monies, and it does not make sense. If you look at other countries turning up for international duties for their national teams, you don't hear about informations and news like this. But whenever it has to do with our country, whenever it has to do with NFF in particular and Nigerian sports management in general, you always hear stories, you always hear a lot of controversial takes from different people, and these things are not making sense. These players make a lot of sacrifices, traveling from their different clubs, coming down long hours of flights, doing everything possible to be in their training camps on time. The least you can do for them is to make them as comfortable as possible, meet their various demands, or should I say their collective demands, because they are a team. When they make demands, even if you have to negotiate with them, this is something that the media, the general public is not even supposed to be aware of this. But anytime he has to deal with paying these players, if it does not come on social media, or if the media or people does not talk about it, it does not go smoothly, and it does not make sense. Nigeria is a big country, for crying out loud, and we are not supposed to be bringing out all this uncomfortable information and news to the media, because at the end of the day, we don't just have Nigerians in the internet space. We have people who are not Nigerians, we have other national teams, we have other countries who somehow look up to us, see us as better footballing nation, as a better country at large. And when you come up with situations like this, and situations where you show that you are not even capable enough of taking care of your own players who you've invited to participate in an international game, a World Cup qualifier for that matter, if you don't do all these things, some of these countries that look up to us cannot even see why they are looking up to us. At the end of the day, if they have regard for us, it starts dropping. We used to be the best footballing team in Africa, but I don't think we are in the top 5 currently now. And that is how bad the management of football in Nigeria has become. The governing body of football in Nigeria does not really do anything in the interest of the sports, in the interest of the players, in the interest of all other persons who are participating in these activities other than themselves. And when they are called to actually tell us how they are meant to, or how they are taking care of us, they will never have anything tangible to present to us. These people fail to take responsibilities for their actions in most cases, and it's very bad. What happened yesterday was not even supposed to happen in the first place. That is a show of shame. That was a show of shame. That is to show how bad our football is being run in this country. But then the good thing is that the players are out. They had their first training session this evening after boycotting the one they were supposed to have yesterday. They've had their first training session. I think they will also have another training session tomorrow morning because the game holds later in the day. So if they have their final training session this evening, either tomorrow morning they will have, or they might not even have again, because the game is in the evening time, and I doubt they are going to have a training in the morning. And even if they must, it's just going to be maybe a light warm-up training. But all in all, I believe they are all fit players and they don't need so much training sessions to get themselves fit, because they're just coming back from their clubs. But they deserve better. They actually deserve better. You cannot, this is why sometimes when we even want to invite players who are not yet representing Nigeria, but they are Nigerians, but probably because they were born in other countries, when you want to invite them, they put it through a lot of thought process, because they know that this is not just a decision you wake up and say, okay, I want to go and represent Nigeria. There are a lot of things happening in the Nigerian football space and the governing body generally. So if you feel like you are not okay to even involve yourself in the whole situation, you'd better just say, let me just leave Nigerian football. I'm not ready for the Nigerian national team. Some of them will even ignore Nigeria and wait for the abroad countries where they are currently residing, and they are not even sure that they will ever be called up by those national teams. But guess what? Some of them don't even care, because they don't want to get involved in the chaos involved in playing for Nigeria every time there is a national team camp or national team football around the horizon. But for now, issue has been resolved, even though we know that there are still a lot to be sorted out later. But now the issue has been resolved. The players have trained, and that is actually a good thing. Our game against Gabon tomorrow comes up, like, I think the game should be by 4 o'clock, and I urge Nigerians to put their support behind the national team. It's a World Cup qualifier, and we need every support we can actually get for these players. We need to be in that World Cup, and we shall be in that World Cup. Come on, Super Eagles. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please kindly subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll see you.